Hello, good morning, students. So, first of all, I want to recall a definition of Huygens principle because in the previous video we have discussed about Huygens principle. With the help of Huygens principle, we have proved Snell's law. It means with the help of Huygens principle, we can easily explain the phenomenon is known as a refraction of light. So in the previous video, we have considered the refraction of light. There, the light is traveling from a rarer medium to denser medium. So today, in this session of class, I will take the reverse direction of light. It means the light is traveling from denser media to rarer media. So obviously you know that the phenomenon of total internal reflection. When a ray of light travels from denser media to rarer media, if the angle of incident is greater than the critical angle, the light will totally reflect back in the same media. So that I am going to explain in this session by using Huygens principle. So first of all, you know what is Huygens principle? Huygens principle states that each point on the wavefront is a source of secondary disturbance producing wavelets, and these wavelets can travel with the speed of light, isn't it? If you draw a tangent to all the wavelets, we'll get a secondary wavefront. So with the help of that concept, so today I'm going to write the ray diagram related to the refraction of light refraction of light by using Huygens principle. The condition is light is traveling from denser media to rarer media. Say this is the plane surface which separates two media P dash. Let us consider this one is denser media and the bottom one is rarer media. So the top one is denser media, say medium 1, and the medium 2 is rarer media. So the refractive index of medium 1 is denser media having refractive index N1, rarer media having refractive index N2, such that which one is having higher refractive index? N1 is greater than N2. It means light is traveling from denser media to rarer media. Clear now? Now to understand the refraction of light by using Huygens principle, we need to consider a plane wavefront. Say this is what the plane wavefront. This is the plane wavefront. So how to write the ray of light? It is a perpendicular to the wavefront. A straight line perpendicular to the wavefront. So this is what ray of light. You know how to write the normal. It is the point of incident. To the point of incident, we have to write an imaginary line which is perpendicular to the plane surface P dash. Now this is angle of incident. So after refraction, the light bends away from the normal because the speed increases from here to here. Let us consider speed in the first medium is V1, speed in the second medium is V2, such that V1 is less than V2 or V2 is greater than V1. Here the speed increases. Now, due to the disturbance at this point, the secondary wavelets can travel in the rarer media. The secondary wavelets can travel in the rarer media. So now, if I consider AB as the plane wavefront, so if the light takes to certain time to reach from here to the plane surface, like this, so it will take a certain time, isn't it? So whatever the time taken from here to here, let us name this as point C. The time taken by the light to reach from B to C is tau. So the distance becomes BC is equal to velocity into tau. Just we are using the definition of speed of light. Now in the same time, the refracted light can travel in this direction. It can travel longer distance than this one because it is faster. It is very faster like this. It bends away from the normal. Now if I draw this is what the straight line which is perpendicular to the wavefront. So this is the first disturbance can reach when the time t, when the time is tau. So with this time, the distance from A to E is equal to V2 into tau. So the definition of the distance becomes velocity into time, or displacement becomes velocity into time. So this is the secondary wavelets can reach in the rarer media at time tau. So this time tau is similar to this value from B to C. So same thing happens in all the points when this plane wavefront, incident plane wavefront, so comes and incident on the plane surface. Each point acts like a source of secondary disturbance, and that disturbance can produce the wavelets. They can travel in the rarer media. If you draw a tangent to all the wavelets, we will get a straight line. So this is what the straight line. Clear? So now this becomes incident wavefront. What about this? So after refraction, this becomes refracted wavefront. Clear now? So why the refracted wavefront can produce? Due to the disturbance produced by the surface P dash, that disturbance occur on the plane wavefront. So that is according to Huygens principle. Each point acts like a source of secondary disturbance. So that secondary disturbance can travel as a secondary wavelets. If you draw a tangent to all the secondary wavelets, you will get one more plane. That is what we call them as secondary wavefront. This secondary wavefront, here it acts like refracted wavefront. Clear now? Now this is angle of incident, means in this triangle this becomes angle of incident. So I was explained about this angle in the previous derivation. So if this angle of incident, this angle is 90 degree. So if the refracted ray traveling in rarer media, it bends away from the normal. So the angle of refraction become R. The same angle here it is R. You know how we are getting this value of R. So now in these two triangles, we can apply Snell's law. So finally we will get an equation n1 into sine I is equal to n2 into sine R. So this one we already proved in the previous derivation. Here I want to discuss about total internal reflection. That's why finally I will take the Snell's law. So this is first principle method of Snell's law. So you know that what is the definition of critical angle? IC. IC stands for critical angle. So the angle of incident is equal to critical angle if the angle of refraction is 90 degree. See, when the angle of incident goes on increases, the angle of refraction is also increases. At a particular angle of incident, this refracted ray just grazes the surface between two media. So that time angle of refraction becomes 90 degree. That particular angle of incident is known as critical angle. Now, if we substitute these two values here, n1 into sine of angle of critical angle I will consider, that is that angle of incident is equal to critical angle. So which is equal to n2 into, so what is the value of sine 90? Sine 90 is equal to 1. You know that the angle sine 90 is 1. So for simply it will become sine IC is equal to n2 divided by n1. So this proves critical angle, sine of critical angle is equal to n2 divided by n1. So this was explained with the help of Huygens principle. So this is the refraction of light. The condition is light is traveling from denser media to rarer media. Clear now? So now let us move on to another phenomenon of light, that is, one second. Now let us move on to the next phenomenon of light, so which can be explained by using Huygens principle. So that is a reflection of light. You know what is reflection of light? So bouncing back of light in the same media with same speed is called reflection of light. So this phenomenon, reflection of light, is explained by again Huygens principle. So reflection of light by Huygens principle. So this is also one of the commonly asked question for your examination. So to understand the reflection of light by using Huygens principle, again we require a ray diagram. So you know that how to write the ray diagram here. So let us consider the plane surface. Say it is a plane surface. So this one is opaque media. It means light will not pass through here. So this acts like a surface, reflecting surface. Now to write the ray diagram, consider a plane wavefront. So you know how to write the plane wavefront. So let us consider this is the plane wavefront. Say this is the plane wavefront. So we should write a straight line here. So this is a plane wavefront. You know what is wavefront? It is the locus of all the points which are in same phase in a wave is called a wavefront. Now for the plane wavefront, if we draw a perpendicular, that perpendicular line acts like incident light. So this is a ray of light now. So the angle between these two is 90 degree. Now this acts like an incident ray. Here again similarly we have to write another ray perpendicular to this plane wavefront. Now AB is the incident plane wavefront. So here the disturbance starts. So once the disturbance started, according to Huygens principle, it can produce secondary wavelets. Now where will be the secondary wavelets can travel? It won't comes to the another media because this is an opaque body. It will reflect back in the same media as a secondary wavelets. So now to write the secondary wavelets, first of all I want to consider the incident angle. So this is what angle of incident I. Since this angle of incident, after that it should satisfy angle of incident should be equal to angle of reflection. No, it should satisfy angle of incident should be equal to angle of reflection. So now whatever the time taken by the light to reach from B to C, in the same time the light will reflect back the same distance from A to E. Clear? Now if you draw a tangent, now this is the disturbance can travel like this as a secondary wavelets, like this in all the positions of the plane mirror or plane surface. This wave will get incident, causes the disturbance can travel as a wave, secondary wavelets. If you draw a tangent to the secondary wavelets, so this is the line what I am writing represents the tangent. So tangent, you know that it is the normal to the curved surface. So similarly you will get different secondary wavelets for all the disturbance. So I don't want to make this is complicated, that's why I used to write only one wavefront here, the first disturbance secondary wavelets. So if you are drawing a tangent to all the secondary wavelets, you will get a one more wavefront. This is called reflected wavefront and this is called incident wavefront. This is incident wavefront. And what about this? This one is reflected wavefront. So why the reflected wavefront is produced? Due to the phenomenon of reflection according to Huygens principle. So this reflection acts as a source of secondary disturbance on the plane wavefront, causes again one more plane wavefront. So EC is the reflected plane wavefront. due to the phenomenon of reflection, and AC is the incident wavefront. Now here the angle of incident should be equal to angle of reflection. Here R represents reflection, not refraction. So you can remember I is angle of incident, R is angle of refraction. The definition of angle of incident is angle between incident ray and the normal is angle of incident. Angle between a reflected ray and the normal is called angle of reflection. This is the direction where the light can reflect back in the same medium. So here also same thing, it will reflect back. So that is the production of secondary wavelets. That secondary wavelets can travel in this direction. So by making a plane wavefront that represents reflected plane wavefront. Clear? So the marking of angle is very important here. For this angle, if it is R, so in this right angle triangle, so this will become R and this will become I. Just it is a simple geometry. Just think it of it. How we are getting this. This angle is R and this angle is I. So the angle BAC, angle BAC is equal to angle of incident. Angle ECA is equal to angle of reflection. So this is angle of incident and angle of reflection. See here we are getting two right angle triangles. So this is angle 90 degree. This is angle 90 degree. Just you can observe carefully. There are two right angle triangles. First one is A, B, C. This is first right angle triangle. A, B, C. In this right angle triangle, there is an angle I. So this in this right angle triangle ABC, the distance AE is exactly equal to distance BC, because the time taken from here to here it is tau. The speed of light is V. Since the light is traveling with the speed from here to here, it is V. So if you multiply time, you will get the distance from here to here. In the same time and in the same speed, the distance can travel from A to E. So in the triangle, so which is the triangle, next triangle, AEC. So there are two triangles. So just you can observe the triangle ABC and triangle AEC. These two triangles are exactly congruent in nature. So congruent means, so this distance AE in the first triangle is exactly equal to BC, which is equal to V into tau. Since the time taken from here to here it is tau, time taken from here to here it is, for the secondary wavelets from here to here it is tau, for the wavefront from here to here it is tau. For the secondary wavelets also the speed remains same in the reflection phenomena. So that's why. So the value AE is equal to value BC, which is equal to velocity into tau. So in the first triangle, angle, so this angle is 90 degree, AEC, angle AEC, which is equal to angle ABC, which is equal to 90 degree. Since the angle is same and the distance is also same, and one more condition, for both the angle AC is common. For both the triangles. See, the first triangle ABC, for the second triangle AEC, for both the triangles, the side AC is common. Since AC is common, the angle is E and B is having 90 degree. The distance AE is similar to the distance BC. So this condition can satisfy these two triangles are congruent in nature. If these two triangles are congruent in nature, the angle I is equal to angle R. So this proves that the second law of reflection. You know that what is second law of reflection? The angle of incident must be equal to angle of reflection. So this confirms that Huygens principle can explain reflection of light successfully. So what is the second statement of law of reflection? The angle of incident must be equal to angle of reflection. So I will conclude this class as with the help of Huygens principle, we have successfully understood the phenomenon of refraction in the previous video. In this video, we have understood the phenomenon of reflection. So this is one of the very important question for your examination. So kindly, dear students, please watch this video and try to understand and make a notes and send to the notes to my personal number. Thank you one and all.